Yo. Welcome everyone. Joel Oteam here. Broken windows again. I don't know why this guy is laughing.
High energy intro.
Hey man, I'm like that.
We should have always switched the intro. Anyway, we're here back with Mudali. The man has not left.
He has not left. He has
Why
not
do you want
left.
to come back? We let you go.
He got more friends. This stupid man.
But you guys, when you are begging me to come back, writing me those messages.
Yeah, that was for transport. Person transfer.
Because of the other guys of transport.
Man, you have to know my value, man. Because you don't just expect me to come and transport money.
True.
Anyway,
it is cover.
It is okay.
But man, transport money became hard the other week, man.
It was
The
a hard
bullets
thing.
flying, they're in taxi, you're in the car, pop. You're like,
When I watched that episode, I think me and Birunji need a short-term plan.
Anyway, today we are here to actually rant and explain for you what broken windows
Because guys
is,
be
and
always
actually
asking.
show you what society, how it has happened in the recent times. Because some of you be asking, you don't have the time to actually research. We're here for you. Okay, no,
just Google. Tell them to just Google.
just
You cut them a whole speech.
Tell
The guy
us,
is the professor. What?
Hey. But guys always ask those questions like,
Yeah.
guys, what does broken windows mean? Is it just a name? Why didn't you call it broken chairs?
or probably Oteam and Manano.
Yes,
Those things
your
everyone-
coolers 24/7.
All that shit, that combination of name shit, Timano.
Man. Why do guys do those things, by the way?
Team Man, no,
Don't give these guys
Manjo. This is Manjo. It's like a Manjo.
Anyway, so we had all these crazy ideas, and when we're talking about like the idea of the show, in like the first meetings, with Nathan, you guys don't know Nathan. One day we'll show his face. He likes to remain anonymous.
For some reasons. His exes are still out there.
I know. He's one of those guys who likes to have sex in darkness. No lights. You never see a man's face.
Is that also broken windows?
No.
But please.
Anyway, so Nathan,
When the switch of lights, he feels at home.
He feels at home. Boy can easily locate you.
will you handle? So Nathan, Zanu came up with the name Broken Windows, and Broken Windows, like when he said it just clicked.
Yeah.
So Broken Windows is basically a theory in criminology, and which basically says that once you start to leave visible signs of like antisocial behavior, things like graffiti, things like the broken windows themselves, that whole community, that whole society sort of degenerates and becomes like there is more lawlessness. People start going to, maybe if it's an abandoned like building, they go there and they start smoking from there or whatever, dumping their rubbish. So basically, like the community, and it gets worse. I think the first time I read about it was in a book by what's this man's name?
Malcolm Gladwell.
One of those books, and he was basically saying like when like New York City basically understood the theory, they used it to combat crime. Because they started removing graffiti, they started removing rubbish and things just
Talking to strangers.
So that is what broken windows is, and our show is basically to
expose, to show you society.
Translate.
You cannot blame certain things for going on, yet you yourselves, you think in this line. Like the certain things about society, we want to expose, like how this man is looking at me, and with a lot of passion.
He's ready to go to war.
He's ready to go to war. Like, these guys are right, whatever they say. Like, how does this man grow?
But the guy thought we were only do coolers, only just coolers. So sometimes we read a book or two.
But yes, the theory talks about, like, we point out society mess. We tell you this and this is happening. You need to accept it. We are not going to allow that. We're not going to look at things go on and you pretend they're not there. Like you keep a blind ear. Hey, your children do that. Like parents being surprised that their son has decided to plait his hair certain ways. Like, hey, are you becoming a woman? Like such conversations are phasing out of our thing. You get And days of break dancers. Remember that time everyone liked to break dancers and all. We are done. We are past that.
But I don't think you knew. You liked it, but you didn't know how to break dance.
Come on.
I didn't look at your phone. Look at your phone.
I would be breaking bones.
But yeah. So the whole premise of the show is that we want to have as many people as we can from as many spaces as we can, so that we can have like a more authentic representation. People know that this is how this person thinks, and without even this pressure of people have to unite, what. You can just come here and even just laugh at us.
I mean, with us.
And
at us also.
Because also tell you our problems, pedestrians, some other subscribing.
You guys spend a week telling for your problems.
That is our job.
That is our job. But I want to find out from Mudali. Mudali?
Mudali, yes.
Mudali. It's okay.
Also Mudali.
Sounds. Let me just find out from him. During that week, that time when there was a lot of chaos in Nigeria, like, I think we Ugandans, there are people out there who actually think that thing can't work. We will stop fighting police on media, go out there and walk and what, they brought up, like, we actually realized, and we watched certain videos of reverends talking about it, like, the youth, you are supposed to pick up the mantle and go out there. And yet you're the ones who have made us unemployed. You get? Because there's a time we saw when these NBS people were in Gulu, and they were beaten up at 5 p.m. by thugs in Main Street, like they just thugged. How do you thug a person recording? You get? You're recording me, but I'm stealing you. Like, that is actually what we're showing you about society. You created an educated society. You created people who are very depressed. What do you expect? This man will be bold to steal in broad daylight.
Sure.
Homosexuals will be with us. You get? And yet you're claiming it's bad. You're the one who are saying that, one, this is how you want us to live. You expect certain things that, one, you took us to school to accept that we are different.
Sure.
So when there are gay people and there are us, and then the youth are out here to tell you that probably it's past your time. This is not the age of war. We can solve issues on Twitter, and then we come out here and then line up. I don't know if it has worked.
No, but the answers thing.
You have just mob sense until the last part.
But
So why do you think it can't work?
It can't work.
What do you think works?
Like, I don't know. Like, I think we need to put an end to everything.
What do you mean? You want to just... I have a friend who's an advocate for suicide. But you see that all these growing divergent views, and I think a lot of people still live in one bubble. Now, the blessing that this show has been is that, man, we talk to so many people, and you learn so much from being in different bubbles. Like, a guy will talk to you and you'll be like, hey, man, I've never seen the world like that. So, like, but it's only basically from interaction, just being able to host people of any walk of life. He's a poet, he's an activist, he's a hairstylist, he's a boda man, he's a hooligan, he's a prophet. You get?
You know, nowadays they say when hooligans or uneducated people go to the street, that one is called a riot, and then the other one is called an assembly. When educated people decide to walk, when probably people of certain attachment decide to walk for certain cause.
But you see what
we had a lecturer who would always, when he was dictating notes one time, he talked about a riot. So this guy asked, what's a riot? They were in 4th year. Then the lecturer asked, am I teaching a first year class?
But people don't understand what a riot is, because like our society, we have been conditioned. Forget about this man's riot story. But people don't understand that. When we saw NSAS, the thing we didn't talk about. People in Nigeria were reacting, celebrities were involved, a lot of frustration. And then we're like, but us Ugandan people shall never have that. Then that thing happened that week. A lot of innocent people were killed, and some are like
bullets. Like, I couldn't believe it.
And then people are like, but now these people are rioting.
And then your reason is because we are preventing them from getting corona. Bruh! You've killed more people than corona has killed in 6 months.
Yeah, so that thing where the guys were marching, and this woman was recording from up, and the guy aimed
the bullet, like you're pointing at someone.
How did you do that, man?
No, but you see, I think the problem is we did this thing where we pretended the things that happened elsewhere did not matter to us. So when Renzuru happened, we did not care.
When when Lango was there, we did. When the Mukura massacre,
the Langos were hard guys, man.
Yeah, they used to be.
Hard guys.
You're still that guy.
So you see that is what happened. But then, like, the thing that shifted for me that week is how people sort of became aware of our differences. Because I also thought to myself, the first day I went to secondary school, senior one, we had the system in the school where guys would bank money with a basa. I don't know how much people were getting in 2007 in senior one, but I'm going to assume it's anywhere between like 5k to 50k for senior one.
50k.
Some people have money.
Even 2K.
Some people have money. So I'm just assuming maybe in around Kampala. But there was a boy who had 300k. I've told this guy a story. There was a boy who had 300k. That boy technically right now makes more money than the average lawyer earning 500k. A boy in senior one has 300k. If you're earning 500k as a lawyer and you have to pay rent and you have to pay transport, not even go that far, and food. When you live on 300k, you're spending less than 5k a day. That is so close to the poverty line. Yeah. And then you're on Twitter,
you're close to $1 a day, man. You're a little cents away from $1.
You can't spend 5k a day. By the time you pay for the necessities,
but then there was a boy who had 300k. Right now, me and that boy meet in a bar. After me and you contributing for our cocoa. I go to the counter, I meet the man, is ordering for what and what. What that boy spends in a day is, I don't even know how much. But he cannot relate to my struggle.
Yeah, he
cannot relate to my struggle.
He can't.
And yet, these are the people who are now dictating opinion, who are saying what I live on 5k a day. That is $1. $1 my G.
There was something I read on Twitter where some guy actually laid out some form of statistic. He judged how there has been this rural electrification in rural areas. But then, like a lot of areas were given,
but they had no bulb.
But they couldn't have money to buy a bulb.
And I saw that.
A bulb. So the houses remain there, but they're connected.
But you see, we have
and then you come out here and you tell me that, hey, you guys, the way I look at this government is the same way you should look at it, because it has worked for you. Doesn't mean it has worked for everyone.
No, but you see, well, we have to thank the government for a lot of things. When the riots happened, that same day, Seven was commissioning internet cable line from Moroto to New York. And the man, what was peculiar about the whole thing, that the man had the audacity to put that out. I was like, wow.
No, even the fact.
Have you ever been to Moroto?
The fact that
what do they need that?
Even minus even talking about.
Like I've built a hotel here. I was like, eh,
bruh. People are dying. You even didn't comment on that. But minus that, do you know even in Nigeria, their president, they just recorded some short clip of 35 seconds.
Yeah.
And then they put it there, and where your president has spoken to you, we are going to send the recording. And so what's up with our president? Like, you guys, and with a lot of conspiracies about the fact that probably the guy boomed. And we go out there and we riot, but everyone tells you that that is not how these things are run.
And people are frustrated.
But people are frustrated.
Many people don't have jobs, people are suffering, people cannot afford basic life.
Man, you remember how you told me that story of how Mukula came to Teso and was like, man, you guys need to grab guns and go, because these guys are not coming fast.
That time with the Arab
boys. Did you tell me that those boys, some of them ended up as conductors in town?
Yeah.
So imagine someone who has been to war and he has to deal with your bullshit
every day. He's come to Kampala, he's a conductor, and then you're hitting conductor.
It started with
border guy. They are the ones you capture for curfew. Didn't someone burn himself down?
But you know the border guy is earn more than us. Because they can afford 2 meals. If you're living on 5k a day, I don't care what rent you're paying. If you're living on 5k a day, that basically means you can't afford 2 meals. But the border guy is going to eat a heavy meal of 3k every day. We basically earn the same amount of money.
True.
We're living with the same means.
But for him, he's getting hand to
That is the only difference. And then I'm sitting here, oh man, we are doing so well.
You'll see money in lump sum at the end.
True.
Then after 10 days, you have spent it because your girl smiled at you badly. Then I think,
you were provoked.
Let me spend all my money on you.
All of my property.
But you see, and man, it's frustration. Like, people want to have better lives. Like, people want to wake up tomorrow better, want to wake up richer. But they are constrained.
There's no upward mobility.
There's
no upward mobility.
So when they get an opportunity to express, they express back.
I have a friend.
There's a guy who was shot. You didn't see that video? That guy was shot and was like, man, I'm dying so that people like you have a better life. Someone who's that young and understands that. Man, you cannot scare him with a gun.
By the time you lay your life.
Now, that person understands what the broken theory is. He knows that for my society to get better,
There's
a
some
certain form of
responsibility.
sacrifice I have to do, no matter whether you will call it hooliganism or not. I want to show you that you've brought us to this state the way it is. We are irreversible.
Thank you for educating us. Thank you for educating and immunizing us.
And immunizing us, but
If there was a way I could refund that money, so that I do not have to listen to some of these guys talk. You do your mukula. I was like, but this man insulting.
But let me tell you.
If there's someone, you still think like this. This guy at 38 has achieved more than your own sad, pitiful life can never let you achieve.
Man.
Because all you get. I think I don't like old people just.
But I also like
Katumba oil.
Oh yeah. How can you forget Katumba oil? Katumba oil.
Oh yeah.
True.
Katumba story is going to make you guys rich.
But you see, I think
change
people
destiny.
relate to Katumba because they understand the frustration.
I want
the first video I saw of that guy, he went back to the car and started drinking his porridge and eating. You know those days in town, you remove your tie, you remove your coat, you do this.
Those days are done.
They're not there.
Okay, because I might still be in those days. But
Then you walk to look for food.
You don't give on.
I just go there, do my.
But then you walk and look for food of 2 to 3K.
To 3K.
Right.
True.
But then you also want to be talking on Twitter.
Twitter, what, and you know.
I think we all assume that we got 300K in first term in senior one. That is the assumption I've been making.
The last time Honorable Mao stood, he talked about you before them, you only vote Ugandans below 40. Now he has changed the thing, but don't vote these young children. They don't have. Bruh, what happened, man? What happened? So this UB40 plan has changed. Because now hotel something.
He thought the struggle was going to come.
He thought he was going to remain young and what?
But now he doesn't. He doesn't want to accept
He
that.
doesn't
Katumba
he can't accept that Katumba.
But man, when you see videos,
but I think Katumba represents us. So
he
much.
represents like that is what that is what.
Did his fuel get done? No, the tire got it burst. Man's jogged. Man's jogged from it's called
Right, this guy in bus.
it's just fuel.
Just say to joke.
He came jogging. No, he had the super gas. He had not paid for money for the whole journey. But stop me in the car. Then I give you that.
He said, how can I fail to run for nomination? How will I run for power?
How will I run for president?
He was dropping those one-liners. We're like, oh yeah.
But man's ran. I can't run that guy, by the way. If it doesn't work for him,
but you see,
for me,
a long distance runner.
He was a ruckus
He was a ruckus guy.
Then the guy
like they couldn't recognize.
he was like, boys, it's Katumba.
But the guy was so real.
No, but I think that guy is going to shock a lot of those old
He's
guys.
going
I
to
don't
shock.
guys. Not more than 3 candidates are beating that man in the election.
Exactly. People think that people are just going Katumba. But why? You see, people don't vote on people. We always want to drill down the elections of our policy. People don't vote on them. We vote to who makes us happy. In the US, there was a guy willing to give those guys about 10K, 1K a month, $1,000 a month. The guy is jam. They wanted Trump or Biden. So even here, we can tell ourselves that I want to remove Museveni. If we wanted to remove Museveni, tomorrow we can decide as Uganda and he will be gone. But we don't want. If we wanted Bobi Wine or basically
You are saying tomorrow we can decide as Ugandans and move him. What if the people out on the streets are done to decided as Ugandans?
That was
that
But them they want to go out there. And you why instead I wanted this major minds.
so
That's why I'm saying it's like you're not the one you want to do you want.
But guys, we are coming.
We're just
Because you may be lying to guys that that's what you want, guy, you don't want it.
But let me make it clear to you that there's a guy who was standing for president. I think which country, and then he got not a president, I think prime minister. Then he got someone to stand against him. The guy beat him.
No, in fact, the first one who has ever won an election won it like that. The men thought they're just going to like demean the woman, so they put her name on the ballot, and she became mayor. Shocking people.
But I should also let you know that is our society, because someone was even saying that the reason the electoral college is in a country like America, one of the big countries, that after your big vote, someone has
people have to be like, but did these guys do sense?
This guy, like someone has to come and.
But you see, Americans are so stupid that they even defeated that system.
True.
Yeah.
Like you have a backup system to not elect hopeless leaders. But somehow your collective intellect lets you say that we can't be represented by Trump.
Yeah, but I think we choose our kind of leaders, so I don't want us to...
Yes, that's why we choose leaders who celebrate internet cables in Toronto.
Did you see how MPs were
That's the
rubbishing?
guy they feel that... The guy is pretend.
It's not
Did you see how MPs were rubbishing them? No, do not. The way they're buying things, hooligans. You mandems vote in parliament. You mandems beat yourself up. At least for us, we're in the streets burning fire.
But
you guys
were
in suits were sweating. You get, and bruh, we are all
but I think the problem with like our sort of society is that I think we over laugh at issues. That is maybe the way we deal with pain.
Yeah.
Because when guys like who Arias Lukago is saying, you guys, it's going to become a very bad time. No, that thing where he said, Uganda Kufa, made it a meme. Now guys are dying and we're now pretending to be very angry. What is this that has been happening? I cannot believe. How are these celebrities not complaining? Celebrities.
Yeah, I have a boy of mine, and shout out to him. He's a Nigerian guy. He's a Nigerian musician. He's called Jojoski. He's upcoming like me. Also, but he sang a very, very nice song on the whole social media rant that was going on in Nigeria. It's actually reggae, and I think he did a very good job. You would see that
because he's your friend. You won't say he did a good job.
No, we'll play the song.
He's watching you.
No, but he actually did.
He told you to promote his song.
What have I mentioned? The name of the song. And we promote the guy.
You mentioned the name Jojo. He said his thing.
Jojo is in Nigeria. It is not his way. This guy was here running things. But anyway, if we look at us, because this is a lawyer singing, even our own, I think, Minister of Security, Eli Tumwine, he's also a musician.
Because when you say his name and tell him Semuju is around,
he's like, hey, fear Semuju. But
you gave that manners.
Do you know that is like what Semuju wants society to see? That these people you fear, you can actually take them one-on-one. Didn't this Sabiti man on NBS assure some general that, I am the one in charge of this show.
I'm asking questions.
Hey, I'm the one. It's like, man, don't ask me such questions. Like, no, I am the one asking questions, and I choose what to ask.
You see, these people, they look at like general, like I don't know, like when people are not happy, they're like, these people, they're not grateful. The word grateful, I've heard so many times. I'm like, you're not grateful. You're not grateful.
But I know all of you now are there watching.
Everyone moves, like you have your time, you do things, but you have to know when it stops. Like we need to feel free, like we need to restart, we need to rebuild, like we need to be a better society.
Yeah, at some point we'll have to buy other phones, not techno.
Of 159 million.
Exactly. Yeah, techno is a 159 million. That is our society. Like the police thinks we don't know how much a techno phone is. But yes, everyone out there, comment and tell us what you think about whatever has been happening in Africa and Uganda itself.